Hello, math students. Welcome back to Module 4, Expressions and Equations. This is Lesson 3, and it's called Order of Operations. The goal for today we will work through expressions by using the order of operations. The question that I want you to be thinking about is, when evaluating expressions, how do you know which operation comes first? Okay, so there's been a lot of conversation about this already, and what we need to remember is order of operations is determined by following some specific rules that mathematicians all over the place use. And the reason why we follow these rules is so that every mathematician that uses them gets a consistent resulting answer at the end. And so it's very, very important to follow these rules. All right, so things to know. The rules of order of operations are these. An order that is used by all mathematicians to completely simplify an expression or an equation. What you need to remember about order of operations is you must perform the most powerful operations first. So that means the operation that will have the most drastic change in your amount, that's the one that you have to do first. And you must always work from left to right whenever you're solving. So if we're looking at this, then we need to decide always which is more powerful. So if I'm thinking about adding and multiplying, which operation out of adding and multiplying would you feel is more powerful? To me, what is more powerful is multiplying. And the reason why I would say that multiplying is more powerful than adding is because adding is a very simple operation that you can get done very easily, whereas multiplying is more powerful because it gives you a bigger resulting amount. And so what you need to start putting into your brain is that multiplying and dividing are more powerful than adding and subtracting. So then we're going to take it to the next step, and we're going to say, okay, then what do we deal with exponents? Well, exponents are more powerful than multiplying or dividing because it gives you an even more specific answer. So exponents, then multiplying, dividing, and then adding or subtracting. And then the other ones that we need to pay attention to is if there's any ways that we're grouping things, that the group has to go first, and then we would work with whatever is left. But we'll get there when we get there, and I'll help you with that. All right, so I would like you to try a few. This first one that we see is we have 8 plus 7 times 5. So for me, the most powerful operation, and I'm telling you this because this is the understood rule that all people who follow order of operations do, is that you multiply and divide before you add or subtract. So already my brain is saying, oh, there's multiplication in here, so we have to multiply first, and then we will add or subtract. The second rule that you have to follow is that you always work from left to right. So we start on the left and we move to the right. That is what order of operations is. So starting on the left, moving to the right, the most powerful operation is 7 times 5. So I now know that 7 times 5 is 35. And then what I do is I bring down whatever I didn't finish. Well, I haven't finished adding 8, so I'm going to bring that down. So now the next step that I would do to finish solving this expression simplification is now I have to add 8 and 35. So 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. I got 43 as the most simplified expression of this expression up here. And remember, expressions are math sentences that give you the value of a specific amount. Right here, 8 plus 7 times 5, 7 times 5 is 35, plus 8 is 43. So simplified, 8 plus 7 times 5 is 43. Okay, so that's how you would know how to do that. So that was really not too bad. Okay, so now let's try the next one. Remember, order of operations, you always do the most powerful operation first, and we already determined that multiplying and dividing is more powerful than adding or subtracting. So again, I'm looking at what I have. I have 5 plus 72 divided by 9. Well, I know division is more powerful than adding, so I'm going to start there. So 72 divided by 9 is 8. I bring down what I haven't done, so I haven't added 5 yet. So now I have to add 5, and 5 plus 8 is 13. So now I can say that 5 plus 72 divided by 9, most simplified, would be 13. Okay? And I do this by following the order of operations, which is what all mathematicians follow. Okay, so now this last one is a little more complicated, so we have to be careful. Remember, the rules are most powerful operation first, and you must always work from left to right. So I have adding, I have dividing, I have subtracting, and I have multiplying. Well, we all agree that multiplying and dividing is stronger than adding or subtracting, so I'm going to have to focus on these two first. However, the rule says left to right. So the very first one, I have 4 plus 12 divided by 3 minus 1 times 5. So if I follow order of operations, I have to do the division first, because division is more powerful than adding or subtracting, and it's the same powerfulness as multiplying, but we have this rule is always work from left to right. So this is on the left, then I'll go to the right. Okay, so that's not too difficult. 12 divided by 3 is 4, right? Bring down everything I haven't done. So plus 4 minus 1 times 5. So now if I'm re-looking at what is the most powerful operation, multiplication is more powerful than adding or subtracting. So now I have to do this one. And 1 times 5 is 5. Bring down what I haven't done, so that's a subtraction. That's 4. That's addition, and that's 4. Okay, so now I'm getting closer. It's more simplified. So now, because adding and subtracting are the same power level, I work from left to right. So I know that 4 plus 4 is 8. Bring down what I haven't done, minus 5, and then 8 minus 5 is 3. So I know the most simplified answer for this expression right here. If I'm simplifying it down, remember I'm not solving it, I'm just simplifying it because I don't see equals anywhere, right? I'm just simplifying. So the most simplified answer of this long expression is going to be 3. Just like the most simplified expression for this long expression is 13, and the most simplified expression for this longer expression is 43. And by doing these 3 different practice problems, we now have followed the order of operation. Order of operations is the order that all mathematicians use to completely simplify an expression or equation. So going back for our goal today we will work through expressions using the order of operations. The question that I wanted you to think about during this lesson is, when evaluating expressions, how do you know which operation comes first? And the answer to that question is you always look for the operation that is the most powerful. And if you need help with figuring that out, I will be happy to help you. All right, kiddos, that's all I have for you today. Talk to you soon. Bye.